Right, fourth time lucky. Welcome back to Brendan Pearson Fitness. Today we are going to be walking through a little bit of a pull session and also some speed and agility work for athletes. So I am now currently following the Athlete Built Savage program by Overtime Athletes by Chris Bernard. The link will be in the description below. If you don't follow Overtime Athletes, you need to get following them. If you're an athlete, Chris puts some ridiculous workouts on for strength, conditioning, speed, agility, power, everything you can think of. So get followed him, one of the best YouTube channels out there. So we're going to walk you through this little session, working on speed, agility, and then some heavy pull session as well. Also representing the Towel Roll merch by Jack from Workspace, so shout out to you for this. It's going to be a good session. But anyway, it's the fourth attempt of me recording this, so I'm going to get straight into the session now. Yes people, so I am back on the mic with another voiceover for this workout. Assuming I've got the new mic. But anyway, starting off, pull day in the Athlete Built Savage program. Starting off, we have heavy sets of bent over row, barbell bent over row. So the program starts off with a 3x3, second week 4x2, and last week is a peak week, so 5x1, and then we deload and then repeat. So we start off a little bit lighter, and then each set I try and increase the weight. So my third and final set is a top weight. So a few things that I think about here: I'm trying to get my chest as parallel to the floor as I can, almost as if I'm RDLing or deadlifting. So get my body parallel with the floor, driving the elbows back, having a little bit of momentum to get the weight up, but majority is from the upper back, lats, started doing the work, and biceps obviously. So I done my 3x3 bent over row, and I decided to change it to pendulum row as of the weeks following. Just 'cause I feel pendulum row is a lot more controlled and it felt a lot nicer, which is why I am doing it here. So we've now moved on to eccentric focus reps. So the program says a 2x3 eccentric focus bent over row. So we'll change it to pendulum row. Doing again 3 sets each time. We're building up the weight that we're lifting. So starting off a little bit lighter and about 5k increments each time we do it. So 4-second eccentrics. Triphasic training is being used here. If you don't know what triphasic training is, it's pretty much starting off with eccentric focus work, moving on to isometric, and then focusing more concentric, so plyometric work, and then the final few stages. So for the first 4 weeks we got eccentric focus reps, 2 sets of 3. And then once I've done that, I think we are moving on to cleans now. So I just added these in just because I want a little bit of practice. There was no additional heavy work practiced on here, so I've done some power cleans, or hand cleans, sorry, just to get some practice in, because I've never really Olympic lifted before. This is only 60 or 65 kilograms, I think 60 kilograms, just getting the technique, just going for sets of 5. Again, it's something that I want to work on because I've never really Olympic lifted. My wrist flexibility, my lat flexibility, everything's getting a lot better, so they're running a lot more smoothly. So just a little bit of practice, 2 sets of 5 I think I did here. So next up we're on to the hypertrophy section of the workout. So we're on pull-ups. The program calls for a 3x10, trying to push yourself each set. So what I did here is the first set I did manage to get 10 reps. The second set and the third set, you'll see I didn't manage to get 10 reps, so whichever reps I didn't hit. So for example, if I got 8 reps, I would follow it up with 2 eccentric reps. And I think the final set I got 7 reps, so I did 3 eccentric only reps, which you will see here. Thinking about driving the elbows backwards, keeping the chest up, retracting the scapula, so pulling the shoulder blades down before we're starting the movement. Nice and controlled. So here's the second set. You'll see I do 8 normal reps, full range of motion. It's hard when you've got arms like tree trunks that are just never ending, but getting there, trying to get at least the chin over the bar. It's not really a massive target, it's not a thing that you need to do when you're really focusing on bodybuilding, but I just like to say get your chin over the bar anyway. So 8 reps coming up, and then we just drop into eccentric only. So it's a good way to build up your pull-up strength if you can't do pull-ups full anyway. You start from the top, control it slowly down, about 4 seconds on the way down, and then step yourself back up. Obviously you can do these banded, or you can just do eccentric ones as well, whichever you want, but I chose to do the eccentrics just to finish off my reps. Next exercise in, again hypertrophy focused. We've got to be creative with this, so the program calls for cable pullovers. Obviously we don't have a cable at home, so we got the old band, wrapped it around a dumbbell, trying to play around with it. I've never actually tried this movement before. So the reason I've done this is to try and keep the resistance profile of the exercise continuing past where the dumbbell would normally drop off. So if you do a normal dumbbell pull over, you know that most of the resistance is at the end point, so around here, where the weight's directly parallel with your head and it's pulling you down. So I've added the band in, so when I get to the point where it's in line with almost my forehead and over my eyes, that the band kicks in and adds a bit of resistance, so we can get a little bit more activation. Just playing around with it. Obviously, being at home, not having the certain gym equipment that you would, like cables, you've got to get creative. But obviously, I'm fortunate enough to have dumbbells and a bench and all that stuff. So it was quite a decent exercise. Very tough. As you can see, I'm sweating quite a bit from it. But we did again 3 sets of 10 on this, trying to push pretty close to failure. That's the first set. Second set, same thing. I did a little bit further range of motion on the second set just to see how far I could push it. So on this, to get a little bit more of a stretch in the lat, I did drop my hips down. For anybody who's had back issue or anything, I do not recommend dropping the hips too far down, especially if you don't have good upper back mobility. So trying to squeeze the glutes, keep the hips up high if you have any back issues. But I was trying to get a good range of motion, good stretch in the lats, and the dumbbells are quite long that I use, so I need that extra little bit of range of motion so I can stretch all the way down, squeezing, really trying to think about driving the elbows down towards the hip. As you can see, I'm going quite far there just to push myself. I think I only managed 8 reps on this set, but again, as long as you're in that range of 10 reps, pushing pretty close to failure. I don't even think I had a lot of weight on. I think it was only 18 kilograms or something, so not a lot of weight. The band's obviously helping quite a bit. Sorry, making it harder quite a bit. But anyway, 3 sets of 10. That's that done. Moving on to some bicep action. So the program's got 2 arm exercises in each pull day and push day. This is one of them. So barbell bicep curls, again 3 by 10, pushing pretty close to failure. I did end up changing these up in the second week just because I find the barbell obviously not allowing any internal or external rotation at the elbow joint. It's a kind of a fixed position, does cause a little bit of joint pain, so I've switched this up to supinated bicep curl just so my arms can naturally sit in a position that's natural to them. Nothing too crazy. 3 sets of 10 barbell and then 3 sets of 10 hammer curls, which you can see here. Pretty simple. These don't cause my elbows any bother. So these are probably, if you do have elbow pain and you still want to do some biceps, hammer curls are probably your best bet, just because there's no external rotation, you're in a very neutral stance, and should be alright. But yeah, 3 sets of 10, pushing myself pretty hard. Nothing special about hammer curls anyway. I'll just let this clip play out, and then we are moving on to some core work. Side planks. The program calls for 3 times 30 to 45 seconds either side, which isn't too difficult. So for the first week, I just did 3 times 45 seconds back to back either side, thinking about making sure the elbow is directly underneath the shoulder, squeezing the shoulder blade back, chest out, hips nice and high, squeezing the glutes as well. So it's a good all-round core exercise. So 45 seconds one side, flip straight round onto the other, and run through that 3 times with no rest. I've literally just finished this workout today, and what I did this time was 45 seconds of side plank rotations, just to progress it a little bit and make it a little bit tougher. But yeah, that is the full pull workout. Right, session done. I think the camera's at a funny angle, but anyway, gonna do a few little ankle mobs, just a few little exercises just to get it warm, then we'll go outside, get the speed and agility done. Right, so 2 drills that I need to get done because I haven't done them that are part of the program. Need to do 6 sets of ground starts, which is literally just dead starts, probably 20-meter sprint, working a bit of acceleration. Then I need to do 3 sets either side of pro shuttles, which are pretty much just like a lateral run, touch the floor, run back the other way, touch the floor, run back to the middle. You've probably seen it before, like very American football style, but that's what I've got to get done. and I might throw a few different things in as well, and then get the ball involved. Big man wants to join in. Right, so to start off with, we're just going to build it up, because I haven't really done any full-length sprint work in ages, so we'll start off like 60%, 70%, 80, 90, and then we'll go into 6 sets of 100%, just 20-yard sprints, ground starts, get them in, nice, for like 30 seconds to a minute rest in between each one, build up.
Dreams don't work unless you do. Create your future, be your future, and feel your future.
Oh, don't judge my running technique. It's the first time I've opened my legs up in like, I don't know, a year, 2 years nearly. But 6 sets done. Probably going to work on my sprinting technique a little bit. If you follow Greg O'Shea, he did a good little video on running technique. If you're thinking about driving the heel to the bum, as if you've got a bell on your bum, bring your foot up. Come on, big man, you got the towel low top on, come on.
Yeah, got it done.
There you go.
Work the space when you flip a towel low down.
So anyways, yeah, so when you're sprinting, you want your toe pointed upwards and you want to think about driving your heel up towards your bum and ringing your bell. Okay, so I'm pretty much starting off nice and low at the bottom. Once we start to come up, nice and high, toe pointed upwards, drive up, heel to your bum. It's almost like that movement, but I need to work on it. It's not great. I want to do some pro shuttle next. Oh, that's alright. Next, pro shuttle. So we're going to do 2 variations. We're going to do the normal variation for 3 reps either side. So what I'm going to do is run to one cone, touch the floor, other side, touch the floor, back to centre. You'll see what I mean in a second. 3 either side. Then we're going to narrow it up a little bit and do a more goalkeeper specific one for me, which is just going to be lateral movement. So you're always side to side. Again, 3 sets. Slight uphill in the back garden, but we'll make do. See what I like. I'll do 1 run through either side, just nice and easy, and then we'll do 3 either side, nice and quick. So that's that one done. Cones are about 5 to 6 yards apart. I think they're maybe meant to be a bit larger, but I only work short and sharp anyway. Now we're going to do a more goalkeeper specific one, but we're just going to be moving laterally, doing the same thing, 3 sets either side, bringing the cones in a bit narrower.
I like it.
Three sets either side, especially for goalkeepers. I'm keeping my hands in that set position just because that's the position you'd be in. Any other sport, do whatever you would normally do. There we go. That's that done. Again, bit of pull session, some strength stuff and then some hypertrophy stuff. And outside, just 3 exercises, ground starts, making sure we're driving that heel to the bum. Driving, keep the head down, then coming up nice and quick, getting the arms going. And then pro shuttle, just normal, and then a lateral pro shuttle, shuffle. So try these out, 3 little drills, make it sport specific to you. So if you're a goalkeeper, laterally, even in any sort of sport where you are working laterally, like in football you do the same thing, midfielder shuffling the cross, but get the twists and turns in as well. There's plenty of little drills you can do. We're working on quality rather than quantity on this one. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more stuff like this, more content, more sport specific stuff, leave a comment, get subscribed, give the video a like, I'm gonna go and stretch off now and chill. But this has been Brendan Pearson Fitness.
Be your future.
Thank you for watching.
And feel your
Over and out.
future.